You don't have to be a U.S. citizen living in America to get a stimulus check. If you are a non-U.S. citizen who lives and works in America, a U.S. citizen living abroad, or a resident of a U.S. territory, you may be eligible for a first or second stimulus payment. Here are all the rules. If you're a non-U.S. citizen who lives and works in America, a U.S. citizen who lives abroad, or a resident of U.S. territory, you may have some questions about whether or not you're able to receive a second stimulus check of up to $1,200, if and when Congress passes a new bill, or if you were supposed to get a check in the first round but never did. We won't know the exact terms of another stimulus package until Congress agrees on a deal, or who exactly would qualify for a second check. But in the meantime, we can help you figure out if you might be eligible for a second stimulus payment based on your immigration status in the U.S., where you live outside the U.S., and your tax filings. We'll also explain how to claim a missing payment for yourself or your children. CNET has guides for everything you need to know about stimulus checks if you're on SSDI, if you're an older adult, if you have dependents, if you're a young adult, or if you are paying or receiving child support. We've also mapped out when a potential second stimulus check could arrive and how much money you might receive. Do you have to be a U.S. citizen to receive a stimulus check? Not necessarily. Under the March CARES Act, all U.S. citizens and non-U.S. citizens with a Social Security number who live and work in America were eligible to receive stimulus payments. That includes people who the IRS referred to as resident aliens, green card holders, and workers using visas such as H-1B and H-2A. If your citizenship status changed since you first got a Social Security number, you may have to update the IRS's records to get your check through its online non-filers tool. U.S. citizens living abroad were also eligible for a first payment. The IRS considers all people born in the U.S. as a U.S. citizen, regardless of the tax or immigration status of a person's parents. A person born outside of the U.S. may also be a U.S. citizen at birth if at least one parent is a U.S. citizen and has lived in the U.S. for a period of time. The IRS also considers you a U.S. citizen if you are over the age of 18 and went through a naturalization process, which typically involves living in the U.S. for 3 to 5 years, filling out an application, going to an interview, and passing a citizenship test. You'll need a certificate of naturalization or certificate of citizenship to prove your citizenship and get a Social Security number to be eligible for a first stimulus check.